Welcome back to the North American Championship 2015, presented by Xbox. Benson, we are getting ready to hop into arguably what is my favorite game type and map. Tell me what it is.
Comeback uplink.
See, you almost finished my sentence there.
I did. We're getting better.
Yeah, but we are getting much, much better. But so far, incredible series. Been pretty up and down for Optic Nation, looking very strong at times. You know, throughout the first half of that game, looked great. Fell apart at the end. We'll see if they can keep composure. You put a team together like this with these players so that you don't fall apart at the end of games. We'll see if they can bounce back and come back up late.
I fully expect them to keep composure. This has Game 5 written all over it.
Killa is Mr. Composure.
Oh, of course. Of course. You can tell that by his interview on Friday.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorite interviews of all time.
Yes.
That's
moving on.
I've actually learned that I could probably be an actor because I learned there that I could I could keep a straight face during anything. Yeah. Because inside
I was impressed.
I was crying.
I was actually crying, which was quite amusing. Replays had 42. Never mind, I didn't even see the stat. But replays, there you go. 42% of now league possession time during Season 1 champs. That's a pretty interesting stat. That's going to tell you a lot. Replays, of course, going to be holding that drone for Denial. Wow. We'll see, though, if Denial can close out this series, or are we going to have our first Game 5 here on the main stage of the Call of Duty North American Championship.
Attached watching bottom middle, but you see, as usual, all of the fighting going down there bottom middle, but he's the guy that's going to come up top and able to get the drone. You see them spawning green, but this should be an easy 1.0. He goes for 2, and they both get shut down. JCap, only one left alive to try and get a position, but they're going to be able to reset that. No, they did not.
Still alive. That was big play from Clay. He just got a 2-piece and the 2-point play. Clay 5-0, 6-0. He is just shutting it down on main stage, and he is getting loud. When he gets hyped, everyone in that Denial squad is going to get just as loud.
I'm pretty sure people in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania just heard Clay screaming.
I have no idea where that is, mate.
I don't know, 8 hours away or so. It's not close by. And Clay getting fired up, 7-1 right now. We're going to keep eyes on with him as he is getting hyped.
Yeah, 4-2 replays as well. What a start from him. Attach 0-2, but it doesn't matter. He caused enough of a distraction really to allow Clayster to pick up those 2 kills, as JCap could actually go for 1, but no, Denial slaying out. They could go for 2 potentially here if they can get that last kill. They do so. JCap double jump dash, 2-point play. Denial 4-0 into the lead.
And it's so easy. You got that wall right in front there, so they can't really hit him coming out of green. Able to put another one too. 7-3 for Clay, 7-3 for replays. The carry is on. Attached now is going to be your carrier. Going to toss it so he can try to get control of glass right now. You see the players going to start flooding in. He's got 1 second story. Cleans him up. 1 outside back step. Teammate gets that. He now has the drone. The push coming. Can they put up more points?
He's just run straight past him. Attach could go for 1. He's going to throw it. No, he doesn't.
A little bit high. Karma's still in his head as he's going to miss that one. Miracle's now going to be the drone carrier. He's wrapping around. Going to toss because there's a player below him working to take him out. Drone control is going to fall to Clayster, 8-4. He has a dunk to his name right now. Pressure coming from Denial.
Clayster needs to go for the 1, but unfortunately mantled there. Not going to be able to connect with that, but Attach. Looking to cause a problem. Picks up the drone. Boost backwards. 2-point play. Denial.
Is he invisible?
6-0 in the lead with 3 minutes left. They are applying so much pressure.
There were 2 players looking at him.
Yeah, I mean, he just put on his cloak of invisibility and he was done.
Incredible stuff there from Attach. The young god able to punch it through. 6-0 lead for Denial. We're not even halfway through side number 1. They're looking to just push this one out of reach from Optic Nation early on.
Replays 11-6, 12-7 actually right now. He's going big. Finally, Optic Nation gets some drone control. Pretty sure that's the first time they've really touched that drone in Denial's side of the base. However, Denial spawning over towards green. TB man, she just be forced to go for 1. Dashes, throws.
Was that too high?
No, connects it. Love it. Goes for the bank shot and reduce that deficit now down to 5.
And nice 2-piece there from Killa. He's able to clean up a couple. Just getting a look here. Yeah, TP sprinting for glass. Wants to get control of the drone spawn area by himself right now. 1 pushing front. Able to get that. Second player. Nice dash. Tries to challenge, but will get torn up there by Clay. Clay and Replays at 12-8. Staying neck and neck for the lead of this Denial squad.
Replays has that drone though, and he's going to be running all the way to the other side of the map. Big kill comes in from Clay. He's going to throw it. He's missed though. So TP will be able to pick that up and immediately turn around, throw it out of bounds. Drone gonna be reset. 1 minute 45 still to play in the first side of comeback uplink. Miracles, well, you just destroyed Clay. That was pretty nasty with the ASM1, but can they get glass control? That's the key. It's been replays, locking it down. Him and Clay just picking up consistent kills on this right-hand side of the map.
Well, that's what's so difficult, is having a bout inside of glass, great, but breaking into it with one is very difficult, so you need replays there to try and get aggressive, and there goes one. He puts it through that time. 7-1 advantage right now. Drone coming off spawn. Who's going to get the control of it now? It looks like it's Clay trying to lock it down, but he is going to fall to Killa. Killa 14-11, putting up some slang of his own. He's got Drone. The nice pass. No, he gets stuck on the edge of the wall. Doesn't get through. Is that going to end up costing them? His teammate drops to his left. He's got a triangle of players around him. 4 down for Optic Nation. Drone control to Clayster.
And Clay's going to pass that drone over to Replays. Of course, Replays the main man when it comes to denial and possession of the satellite drone. A couple of kills go in. Clayster, can he win the big gunfight here on Karma? Somehow stays alive, but the pressure's going to be coming on. They need to try and pick up that drone and play it, but they're not going to be able to do so. Drone now in Karma's hands. Can he make the play? Finally, consistent pressure comes in. He throws the drone away. Have to wait for the gun, destroys JCap.
That delay there by JCap. That might have been enough for the team to rotate back, though. Let's see if they can stop him. That was an enormous play by JCap in glass because he stopped the push there.
Karma, sorry, Clayster picking up 1 assist. That was JCap with the kill. Drone going to be safely reset. 23 seconds left. They're now with a 7-1 lead over Optic Nation. It's more than possible for a comeback, but JCap's going to pick it up and play Drone and slap Killer across the face.
Great stuff from Cap, and I can't get over how great he played that. He was the only one alive for his
get one
team there. And is he able to get this AC throw? Tries to set it up, but bullets coming in from everywhere. Time going to tick away. I don't think anyone really in a position to get, well, the toss, can he get it off? No, I don't think so.
I'm surprised to see him pass that and not go for the 1-point play.
Split second from a dunk.
Yep, very, very close. 7-1 at the half. Of course, not over for Optic Nation. Killer putting up some big amount of kills there. 18 and 15. Miracles 15 and 14 as well. But when it came down to it, those key gunfights over at Glass side, Denial just kept locking it down.
I mean, yeah, Denial basically made Glass their house, their glass house. I think that's a film. I'm not entirely sure.
In the minute, that greenhouse.
I think it's a movie. Greenhouse?
Do you have greenhouses in America?
I think so. Yeah, and next time I use a reference with regards to a city, I'll use Manchester, or I'll use Leeds or something that you're a little more familiar with. But here we go, 10 seconds into this one. Replay is able to pick up a 2-piece in glass, and yet again we've got control to Denial here. He's melting.
Clayster picks up 1. 21 of 14 replays. I mean, he started off pretty slow, but he is heating up now. Player actually just either side of the wall attached, maybe forced to go for 1, and that's fine. When you have a 7-point lead, or when you have a 6-point lead, you can continuously put that pressure on, go for the 1-point throws. That's exactly what they've done. JCap looking for spawn kills. That's actually going to force the spawn out the other side of the map there, but Miracles is going to drop. JCap may actually be able to pick up this kill, does so. This is all Denial, Maeve. This is crazy. 2-point play from Attach, and he has been controlling this drone like an animal this game.
JCap there again being a nuisance. He gets the 1 kill, he distracts the other player long enough, he dies, but it gives them time to get the cap through. Attach with his 3rd score. He has 6 uplinks right now. That's incredible.
Clayster.
Oh God, Clay.
24-50, Clay on a 5 streak, Replays on a 4 streak. Welcome to the Wolfpack. Optic Nation 12-1 right now. This is all Denial on the second side.
I'll tell you what, you saw him turn it up in the last, 90 seconds or so of the CTF. It has continued into this one for sure, as they are completely and utterly dominating Optic Nation.
JCap looking to add some kills to his kill column, but meanwhile Clay still running a rampage on a 6 streak. Going to pull out that ASM1, try and get some control over green. However, one player from Optic Nation actually still over at glass, so how is that going to affect the spawns? We'll have to wait and see for a couple of plays off Optic Nation to spawn in, but Clay says, I don't really care. Going to find my 7th kill. Going to find my 8th kill. Doesn't even have to pick it up, but there is going to be that 8th. Tracks it, needs to reload. Oh, I thought he was going to boost that, but Replays picks up the drone. 2-point play, 14-1. Denial. I mean, this is getting a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, Clay couldn't shoot his gun, but he used his body as a weapon there, enough to basically chest block Karma so the Replays could put it through. Exo rebooting for Cap right now. He's outside of glass. You see the drone with Teep. He's going to be coming out. He doesn't have any coverage up front. They're still spawning on the base. They haven't forced the green spawn. Can he get the toss in? No, it'll go to the hands of Attach, and he's going to wrap it out.
It's like Denial playing at a completely different pace right now. You look at the speed of which they're playing, it's crazy. You know, Clay 28-17. No wonder he has the #1 KD this event. A 1-point throw comes in from Attach. 15-1. The deficit at 14 points. They're going to need 7 2-point plays to bring themselves back into this, and they only have 2.5 minutes to do it.
Yeah, this would
be insane. I'm about to freak if this happens.
I don't know what's beyond a miracle, but that's what they need right now. But that'll be one through. Let's see if they can get the train rolling right now. 15-2. You heard that correctly. It's been a blowout for Denial thus far. But the battle is going to be for drone control right now. It is Attach of Denial that's in a good position to watch this. You see the stuns coming in from Optic Nation.
Comet just stumped replays as well in that kill feed, so we'll see if he can try and draw some momentum from that. Attach picks up one, picks up the drone, and realistically, he could just play this one for some yards, but not going to be able to do so. Meanwhile, JCap off spawn, just going to try and lock down Glass once again.
And it'll be Killa. He's going to have it again. You saw him get the 1-point score before, but at this point, I mean, 13 in 90 seconds is one tall order. Miracles down low, able to get one. Looking for more, needs a teammate to pick it up. It's going to be
two.
He should have a dunk here. Home free. All right, down 9, 90 seconds. Can we see the greatest comeback in Uplink history?
That's the key. They need to be picking up those kills over towards that blue side. Looks like Killa's going to go for the AC throw. Needs to connect with that. Does so. 10-point game. 70 seconds left to play. They're going to need 5 2-point plays. These 1-point throws, it's not going to be good enough, mate.
Yeah, and it's just the issue is if Denial can just get control of the spawn for any length of time,
play the drone once and you basically
win
the game.
They just need to play it, but TP has it.
TP needs to be quick here though. She's going to run at JCap. JCap's going to be flooded by Optic Nation players. There's the first kill comes in from Karma. Of course, time ticking. TP can't really go for the 1-point play, but he's going to try and throw it in there.
He had a dunk home free too. There was no one at all in front of him. He probably could have punched it through, but 40 seconds or so left. Drone spawning in, 9-point advantage, and it's just too much.
No, Miracles just trying to get some kills, really. It's a victory lap for Denial. Clay with 31 and 23. Replays with a phenomenal 34 and 23. It's just all gone right for Denial.
Yeah, it's too little too late from Optic Nation. They got just rolled off the map early on.
They need those 2-point plays. That's what they needed. When instead of those 1 point, they managed to get them both into 2 points. Would have been a little bit closer. Still, such a tall mountain to try and climb. Denial just completely outclassed them in this upland comeback.
Yeah, especially when you think about the rest of the series. I mean, how close were all of the games just back.
It's kind of a shame to see it end like that.
Back and forth battles throughout. This one, wouldn't call it a battle. That was a stomping by Denial. Incredible stuff. That was fun to watch. You heard Clay getting hyped. Started the game 6-0. They were up 4-0 within the blink of an eye.
Denial going to be feeling real good going into that loser bracket final. Of course, they're going to be playing FaZe Red a little bit later on in the day. Congratulations to Optic Nation. Good placing. They should be pretty happy with that. You know, they're walking away with relatively high seed. Maybe not the seed that they were looking for going into the event, but still, it's going to be looking pretty good for them in the World Champs.
Yeah, you know, I don't know exactly what their expectations were coming into this. You got to think with that competent crew, they wanted to win it all, but still, good finish. You get a pretty good seed going into COG Champs in 3 weeks. But Ben, it's been a pleasure casting with you. Fantastic series there despite the blowout in game number 4. But we do have Mr. X and Rambo Ray on analysis.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's going to set up a Denial versus FaZe Red matchup in that loser bracket final. But let's talk a little bit what went wrong for Optic Nation here in this series. So I want to talk about this hardpoint Ray on Solar. We were talking about it a little bit as the game was going on. We have a graphic to show you guys. Right here, you can see when the game started to turn.
So the second graph is going to show the big point we want to talk about, though. But in the 4th and 5th hardpoint, Denial beat Optic Nation by 115 points.
Yep.
So technically speaking, they won the game by 60. So technically, going by
they
that
won the
stat
game
alone,
on 4 hills.
Yeah, they basically won the game on 4 hills. Like the rest of the game, Nation was winning by like 50, 60-ish points, and then they just completely on those 2 hills alone, they just racked up so much time. They had so much control. They out-rotated both times. And even on the 5th hill, like normally you don't really see down. Like the 5th hill is kind of the middle hill. You'll see a lot of back and forth. But I mean, here you were just going. They were just going absolutely insane. They were kind of killing the entire time, and they're also playing really well positionally.
Yeah, you know, we were talking a little bit about that hill by hill breakdown. You can see it right there. ON winning that first hill. Hill number 2 went in favor to ON as well. 3, and then you can see what me and Ray were just talking about. 4 and 5, so heavy in Denial's favor. Just to give you guys a quick stat, I actually was writing down some of the scores hill by hill. Hill number 4, it went to that one with an up. Oh, let's start at hill number 3. So hill number 3 in the first rotation, ON is up 82 to 33.
Yeah.
After the 4th hill, ON is up 84 to 72. After the 5th hill, ON is now down 89 to 114. You can see how big of a drop that was.
I mean, just by looking at this graph, you get like the perfect example. Like ON was destroying Hill 3, but in Hill 4 and 5, it was completely Denial.
Yep. And nope, we can talk a little bit about it. Last 2 hills of the entire game, ON got a combined 1 second. on the last 2 hills.
That's never good, right?
Nope. You do the math, it's almost impossible to win playing like that.
Right.
Going into the S&D, ON Wit takes this one 6-3. Great games out of Karma, 12-5, and Miracles. And this is where you thought things might start to turn in ON's favor.
Right. I mean, Karma, we can't praise enough. Even though 12-5 doesn't seem like the most impressive score, it's the fact that he got at least 4 or 5 first bloods. And first bloods on recovery, besides maybe those first 2 rounds earlier against Optic, are showing to be the most, like literally, if you get first blood on recovery right now, you are winning normally. So, and they took full advantage of it. Karma started the game with I think it was 5-0. He went first 3, almost got an ace in the first round, and then he went 2 kills and a 1v1, including 1v1 to plant on the second round. So it was like basically the best start you could ask for Karma, and it just kept it going through the end of the game.
So at that point, series tied 1-1. We go into the CTF. Then now they take a early lead. ON able to tie it up, and then JCap absolutely just starts to go off.
It was really close, kind of like Maven said. Like they blew the game completely open with like 2.5, 3 minutes left in the game. It was very close until that point on when Denial turned it on. We saw Cap with a 3-piece when he got the pull.
Yeah.
To me, that I think me and Matt will both agree that was the turning point of the game. Cap with 3 straight kills while they were pulling the flag, and then they relayed another flag after that and got all the clutch kills as well. And that's when you heard Clayster start screaming, and then
and that was the best respawn effort you got from Karma during this series. I mean, he had a pretty good game 1. You really, we talked a little bit about it when we were just watching the game. You thought that coming into this event, coming into basically every event, Karma's going to give you one series where he kind of takes over by himself. And this series, he played pretty strong all throughout. Yeah. They just could not get anything going, anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, basically, he in Search and Destroy, you can kind of take control of the game by yourself. Yes. You have these crazy rounds like Karma did, but in Respawn, you need a collective effort. And especially on Bio CPTF, the one thing that's really important to note here is how Denial was playing the control game while ON is playing kind of like the hectic, go for pulls, hope you get the kills game, and then Denial just ended up kind of countering that. And the both first 2 caps from Denial were very clean. There's nothing really, it was basically just, we'll pull a flag. We don't put too much pressure on the enemy's flag. We just got the flag out because we got the kills we needed to get. And then the last 2 guys are kind of cutting off those overextensions from Nation, and it was so clean. And there's no pressure really on Denial.
And then the uplink, nothing really much to talk about there. Clay, 33 and 25. Replays didn't catch the stats, but that was his best game of the entire series. I actually got the stats up. You're a beautiful guy, Brian. 37 and 24 for replays. I mean, that was his best game the entire series. We were just sitting here, he was really struggling in the hard point.
Yeah, he's been having a hard time in respawns on main stage. I've heard good things about him otherwise, when he's been playing off stage, but on main stage he's kind of having a hard time, but it's really great to see.
He finished with 15 kills in the CTF, so come out this type of performance in the uplink. It's huge.
They're going to need that against FaZe. They're going to need replays to play like this against FaZe if they want to compete, because we saw FaZe really outslay Optic, and if you can't outslay FaZe, then then again, it's going to kind of show the same thing that happened with Optic earlier.
Yeah, looking forward to the next series. FaZe, they win that hard point against OG, and then the rest of the series kind of falls apart. I think they win the S&D. I think it goes to Game 5. Right. But I still never got the feeling that OG was really threatened. I think once Krim clutches that 3v1, the end of that S&D, that the game's over at that point.
Right. And just want to kind of come back on uplink, come back for one last word. I want to really note how these spawn changes affected the game in a positive way, and it's absolutely insane. Sledgehammer did a great job with that. Basically, beforehand we had basically a one-sided map where it was still the most entertaining game type we had of all of our game types, but you would see kind of the better side is whoever had a better side.
It would play to a race to 10 on the good side and see if you can beat it on the bad side. That was pretty much the only.
Early we saw an 8-0 lead from Optic, and then just now we saw an 8-0 lead from Denial on the first side, but on the complete opposite side. So both sides are playing very, very, very even, which is incredibly amazing to see, and we're going to see a lot of good competition now.
All about controlling those green spawns. And when we come back from this quick commercial break, we're going to have an interview on the floor. It's going to be Jack with one of the players from Denial.